Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Today we're looking at something pretty small,
Yeah.
but super important.
Uh-huh.
Fiber optic transceivers
Really, the unsung hero.
of the internet age, right?
I think so.
These little modules are how all that data
Right.
zips across the internet.
It all starts with light, basically.
At lightning speed.
Yeah.
So we're going to break down the whole alphabet soup of SFP,
Yeah.
SFP plus F, SFP28, QSFP plus F,
Yeah.
and QSFP28.
Right. Right.
And to help us, we have our expert here.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. So yeah, our source material uses this term,
Okay.
form factors,
Uh-huh.
to describe these transceivers.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
So think of it like
Okay.
different battery sizes
Okay.
for your electronics, right?
Makes sense.
Different sizes for different things.
Yeah.
Form factor just means the physical size
Okay.
and shape of the transceiver.
So it's like you can't put a AAA battery into a slot
Exactly.
for AAA battery.
Yeah.
Same idea here.
Exactly. You need the right form factor.
Got it.
For the right connection.
So it's not just speed then, it's
Yeah.
also making sure
Right.
the pieces literally fit together.
Yeah, it's all going to work together.
Okay, so
Yeah.
our journey starts with SFP.
The OG, right. The
original.
Small Form-factor Pluggable Transceiver.
Right.
It's a mouthful.
Take us back to the early 2000s.
Okay.
Why was SFP such a big deal?
Back in 2001,
Okay.
SFP was like this compact alternative
Okay.
to these really bulky GBIC modules.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Everyone was using back then.
That's huge.
Yeah, they were massive.
Yeah.
And SFP was designed to handle up
Yeah.
to 1 GBps of data.
Which back then was,
There's a lot.
yeah, a big improvement.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
trading in your old clunky desktop for a sleek new laptop.
More power in a smaller package.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like all tech things kept moving. Oh, yeah, for sure.
What came next?
Well, as demand grew for faster internet,
Sure.
SFP Plus came on the scene
Okay.
in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
offered a 10-fold increase in speed,
Wow.
up to 10 GBps.
Okay.
Perfect for that new 10 gigabit Ethernet standard.
Wow. 10 GBPs.
Yeah.
That must have felt like lightning
Oh, yeah.
again.
It was a game changer.
But what's interesting is that
Yeah.
our sources say that SFP Plus
Mm-hmm.
is still used a lot today,
Mm-hmm.
even though tech has moved on.
Right.
Why is that?
It really speaks to how versatile SFP Plus is.
Okay.
These modules can handle, speeds from 8 to 16 GBPs,
Okay.
and it supports different connector types.
Aye.
So it's adaptable.
To all sorts of things.
Yeah, to a lot of applications.
It's like a multi-tool
The Swiss Army knife.
that can handle
Yeah.
all these different networking tasks,
That's a great way to put it.
like connecting servers,
Right.
supporting high-speed storage.
Exactly.
So I'm starting to see why it's so important to understand these form factors.
Right.
It's not just raw speed.
Right. It's about,
It's about having the right tool
yeah,
for the right job.
making sure everything works together.
Seamlessly, yeah.
And speaking of seamless integration,
Okay.
Stonefly really gets this right.
They do. Stonefly,
Yeah.
they're leaders in data storage and hyperconverged solutions.
For sure.
And they know that
Yeah.
even the most powerful data storage
Mhm.
solutions are only as good as
As the network.
the network that connects them
So they leverage all these
They do.
different form factors
Yeah.
in their systems.
to make sure data is flowing
Right.
quickly and efficiently.
Between all the different parts.
Servers, storage, everything.
So when we talk about Stonefly
Yeah.
and their commitment to performance,
Right.
these transceivers are a big part of that.
Behind the scenes? Yeah.
Like the engine in a race car.
Oh, yeah. Good analogy.
Yeah.
You don't see it,
Right.
but it's what powers the whole thing.
It's what makes it go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Stonefly designs its systems with,
With these transceivers in mind.
to make sure everything is optimized
Yep.
for max speed and efficiency.
They get it. They know.
Because in today's world, every millisecond counts.
That's right.
Now, I know we're focusing on these
Okay, wow.
transceiver form factors,
Uh-huh.
but can you give us like a quick
Sure.
overview of what Stonefly actually does?
Happy to. So Stonefly,
Yeah.
they specialize in data storage
Okay.
and hyper-converged infrastructure
Okay.
solutions.
So they're kind of like building the foundation
You got it. They're building the foundation
for a modern data center.
for modern businesses.
Right. And they offer all sorts of products.
Yeah. All sorts of products.
From those high-performance storage arrays
Yep. Can handle tons of
to these hyper-converged systems.
Right.
that kind of combined everything
Yeah. They bring together computing, storage, networking.
all in one place.
Yep. One streamlined platform.
So they're giving businesses
They are.
the tools to manage data
Uh-huh.
securely and efficiently.
Efficiently and securely.
And these transceivers we're talking about are
Right.
kind of like the
Yeah.
high-speed connections
Yeah, they tie it all together.
that make it all work.
Yeah, like a freeway system.
It's all starting to click for me now.
Good.
But our journey
Uh-huh.
through the world of transceivers isn't over yet.
We've got more to cover.
Up next,
Yeah.
we'll explore the even faster SFP28,
Oh, right.
which took things
That did.
to a whole new level.
Yeah.
So stick with us.
All right. All right. So SFP28.
Okay.
This is where things get really fast.
Yeah, 25 Gbps.
Came out in 2014,
Yep.
ramping things up.
Huge jump.
Big time.
I'm trying to imagine
Yeah.
how much data that actually is.
It's a lot.
So what kind of real world impact did this have?
Think about like downloading a movie,
Okay.
a full HD movie,
All right.
in just a few seconds.
Wow.
That's the kind of speed
That's crazy.
we're talking about here.
So
Yeah.
faster backups,
Right.
smoother video calls,
I'm sure.
better gaming.
All of that.
But
Okay.
here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Our sources say
Mm-hmm.
that SFP28
Yeah.
is physically compatible
Uh-huh.
with SFP plus slots.
Right.
So does that mean you could just plug it in
Well,
and get those super fast speeds?
not quite.
Um,
The physical size is the same,
okay.
but the electrical signaling is
Right.
different.
So you can plug it in,
It can.
but it'll only run at the slower speed.
At the SFP plus speed.
So it's like
Yeah, it's like
trying to fit a square peg
Exactly.
in a round hole.
It might fit,
Right.
but it won't work, right?
Compatibility doesn't
Doesn't always mean
equal performance.
Got it. Yeah. So to get the full benefit of SFP28,
You need the right equipment.
you need hardware that can support it.
That's right.
And I know Stonefly
Yeah.
is all about performance.
They are for sure.
How do they make sure their products
Yeah.
can use SFP28?
They're very strategic about it.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
their Stone Fusion platform.
Yeah. A hyper-converged platform.
It combines everything.
Right. Computing,
Yep.
storage,
Bobrish.
networking
Oh.
often uses SFP28
Yeah,
for its high-speed connections.
that's right.
So if a business
Oh.
is running something demanding
Yeah, like virtualization
on Stone Fusion,
or data analytics.
these SFP28 modules are keeping things
They're keeping things moving
running smoothly.
smoothly and efficiently,
It's like a high-speed,
connecting
high-power.
all the different parts.
That's it.
Now,
Yeah.
before we move on
Okay.
to QSFP Plus and QSFP28,
All right.
I want to touch on something. You mentioned earlier Stonefly's commitment
Yeah.
to a complete solution.
Right.
Can you talk about that a bit more?
Sure. So Stonefly,
Yeah.
they don't just focus on speed.
Right.
They care about data security too
Okay.
and reliability.
Makes sense.
So they offer things like
Okay.
data replication, snapshots,
Mhm.
all to protect against data loss.
So it's not just about speed.
It's about keeping that data safe.
It's about making sure it's always there
That's right.
when you need it,
Exactly.
which is so important these days
It is.
with all the threats out there.
Yeah. Cyber attacks and all that.
Okay, so
Mhm.
we've covered SFP and SFP Plus,
Right.
which were big steps forward.
They were.
But our journey
Yeah.
through the transceiver world
Uh-huh.
continues.
We're moving on.
We're entering the realm of multi-lane modules,
Multi-lane, all right.
QSFP Plus and QSFP28.
The big boys.
What can you tell us about these?
So think of these as
It's like parallel processing,
Okay.
but for data,
right.
instead of one lane, they have four.
Oh, 4 lanes.
So like a 4-lane highway
Exactly.
versus a single lane road.
You can move a lot more traffic.
So how do they compare
Yeah.
to SFP and SFP Plus?
So how do they compare
Yeah.
to SFP and SFP plus?
In terms of speed,
Yeah.
QSFP Plus came out in 2012,
Okay.
offering 4 lanes
Or-
of 10 Gbps each.
okay.
So a total of 40 Gbps.
Oh, wow.
A game changer.
And I'm guessing QSFP28
Oh, yeah.
took that even further.
QSFP28 came out in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
same year as SFP28.
Okay.
4 lanes of 25 Gbps,
All right.
total of 100 Gbps.
100 GBPs.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
It's fast.
But I got to ask,
Yeah,
both SFP28
Huh.
and QSFP28
right,
can handle 100G Ethernet.
right.
What's the difference?
So they both get there,
Yeah.
but they do it differently.
Okay.
QSFP28 is native 100G.
Okay.
One module.
Got it.
SFP28 needs a breakout solution.
To combine multiple connections.
So it's like
Yeah.
one giant pipe
Yeah.
versus 4 smaller ones
You got it.
to get the same flow.
QSFP28 is simpler,
Okay.
more efficient.
Especially when space is limited.
Exactly.
And I imagine Stonefly
Yeah.
is using QSFP28
AR.
in their products
Absolutely.
to get that
Yeah.
super fast data transfer.
Stonefly is always on the cutting edge.
Okay.
I get it.
So we've gone from SFP
Yeah. Way back when.
to this super high
Back
speed
to the future.
QSFP28.
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to ask about
Yeah.
the physical size.
Of the modules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have they gotten smaller
Interesting question.
as they've gotten faster?
They've actually stayed
Oh, really?
pretty much the same size.
Wow.
There have been some tweaks,
Okay.
but the focus has been on speed
Right.
and compatibility.
So you don't have to
You don't have to
rip and replace everything.
exactly make it practical.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as tech keeps advancing,
Right.
do you think we'll see
I think it's possible.
even smaller,
Yeah, smaller,
faster transceivers?
faster for sure.
Like even more miniaturization?
Especially as data centers
Yeah.
get more and more packed.
Smaller,
Right.
faster, more efficient.
A holy trinity.
But let's bring it back to the present.
Okay, back to reality.
How is Stonefly using all this
Yeah, good
in
question.
their product?
Yeah, how are they actually using this stuff?
Can you give us some examples?
Sure, happy to. Well, one of the best examples is Stonefly's Stone Fusion.
Yeah, their hyper-converged platform.
Right, it can handle pretty much anything.
Virtual machines, databases,
The whole 9 yards.
and it uses all these high-speed
This
transceivers
everything running.
to keep it all smooth.
Stone Fusion actually uses a bunch of them.
Oh, really?
SFP plus, LASFP28, QSFP plus, even QSFP28 sometimes.
Depending on...
It all depends on the configuration.
Right, and what kind of performance.
Exactly. How much power do you need?
So if a business is using Stone Fusion
Uh-huh.
for their virtual machines,
Right. All those virtual machines.
those transceivers are making sure
Freaking hard
they have enough bandwidth.
to keep those virtual machines happy.
It's like
Like a network of superhighways.
connecting everything up.
That's a great way to think about it.
And Stonefly doesn't just
Oh, no.
throw any transceiver in there.
They don't just pick randomly.
Right.
They carefully select
Yeah.
and test.
Make sure they're optimized
You got to be the perfect fit.
for each solution.
It's all about the end user.
Right. Making sure their experience
It's
is...
seamless, reliable.
that attention to detail is...
It's important.
Yeah, it really is.
Every piece got to work together.
Like a finely tuned engine.
That's it.
Another area where these transceivers
Yeah.
are really important
Yeah.
is
Where else are they crucial?
in Stonefly's SAN solutions.
Oh, yeah, the storage area networks.
These are all about
They're all about giving you
high-speed access,
fastest access,
the shared storage
and they need that fiber optic connection.
to make it happen.
That's the key.
So if you've got a business with multiple servers
Right. Think of all those servers.
that all need to access
They all need that data
the same storage system,
from one central spot.
these transceivers are what make
So
sure
it all flows.
that data flows quickly and efficiently.
Between all those different parts.
It's amazing to think about
It is, isn't it?
how far we've come.
From dial-up to this.
I remember when dial-up was
I know.
the fast option.
Now we're talking 100 Gbps.
Like, it's nothing.
It's incredible.
But what does all this
Yeah, what does it all mean?
actually mean
For the average person,
for me and you?
how does this affect our lives?
It might seem abstract.
It might, but it's all around us.
It affects everything.
Think about streaming
Hey.
video calls.
Games
All of it relies on this.
on fast data transfer.
And as things keep getting better,
Yeah.
our experiences will too.
So the next time I'm binge watching my favorite show,
Or having a video chat.
I can thank
You can thank those tiny little
transceivers.
transceivers for making it all work.
They're the unsung heroes.
They really are.
And companies like Stonefly.
Yeah, Stonefly is leading the way
They're putting all this tech
into products we can use.
that make our lives better.
Easier, more connected.
And it's only going to get
It's just the beginning.
more exciting from here.
I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, there you have it, folks.
That's a wrap.
A deep dive into the world of
Fiber optic transceivers.
from their humble beginnings
Yeah, we've come a long way.
to where we are today.
Shaping the future of data.
We've explored all the
Form
different,
factors, the different types,
how they've evolved
and how Stonefly is using them.
to build these amazing.
High performance, reliable solutions.
It's been a
It
fascinating,
really has. I
It's-
hope our listeners
yeah,
learned something new today.
about these tiny but mighty components
that power our world.
Couldn't agree more.
It's been a pleasure.
Huge thanks to you, our expert,
The pleasure is all mine.
for all your insights.
Anytime.
And to our listeners,
Thanks for listening.
thanks for joining us
Until next time,
on this deep dive.
keep exploring.
We'll see you next time.